Oh, everybody, welcome to Roundtable 16. Crazy that we're actually here. Uh, Ben, if you would like to be on the podcast, it'd be great. I'd love to have you here. So
Happily.
I'm gonna go through, invite everybody, just say their name. They're gonna go down, and again, something I've been asked to do is to have everybody tell what faction they're from. Um, I guess it's something that people find interesting. So I'm the host, 2Buff29. I am from TNM. And I have AJ.
AJ, I'm from 1%.
I got Vin.
And I'm from Grim.
I got Ben.
Yep, from TNM.
I got GoDFlow.
Hi, everybody. I'm from the United Tapjoy Association. I mean 1%.
That's also going to be a topic we talk about today. And I got Sam.
Sam, CNN's resident piss taker and oddball.
Not wrong there. So
What?
first things up. Let's talk about last month. Where'd you guys leave Road Dogg? Take Road Dogg. Where'd you guys get Trish or not get Trish? What'd you end up doing with the prize wall at the end? Because I know I had a pretty decent chunk of shirts towards the end. Where'd you guys leave last month?
Last month was the first character out of the new tokens, the new monthly tokens, that if you bought the 2-star starter pack, we were unable to get enough tokens to take him to 4 gold. Very unhappy about that. So my Road Dogg is stuck at 4 silver. Got Trish at 4 gold from Shard Recruit. And prize ball bought coins, all the coins, props, and most of the TP.
AJ, can I just give you a little bit of heads up? I thought it was the same thing as you with the tokens. So what it seems like they're doing, if you would have added it up properly, if you collected the portal 5 tokens every day, we would have had enough tokens to take him to 4-star gold.
I did collect those every day.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
All right, because like I took mine to 4 silver, and when I worked out, I was everyday web portal because I didn't even realize it was on there. I was everyday web portal off, taking to 4 gold.
Yeah, we collected every day. I even posted up for the faction, to go collect every day. So I collect that every day. And we were still too far away.
Maybe I bought a different pack or something then, because I was literally the daily portal off, taking them to 4 gold.
Yeah, I didn't spend, other than the 2-star starter pack, I didn't spend for anything else that would have come with tokens. And normally I have at least several hundred tokens left over. And by doing the same thing, in previous months, I don't buy the step-ups, I don't buy the extra stuff. And I've been able to take every character so far since Zombie Finn to 4 gold. And this month it just wasn't possible unless you spent for tokens.
Yeah. No, I I'm gonna my story's a little bit less than that. So my Road Dogg is 3-star gold. I didn't get Trish. I was probably about 40k away from maxing the final milestone. I really didn't go all that hard on it there at the end because I didn't really want to. But I got all the coin, all the blitz tickets out of the prize wall for sure, and then most of the TP.
Well, I'll agree with you, AJ, that you're devastated that it's 4SS, because I'd be devastated if mine was 4SS. I am nowhere near taking him that high. Mine's 3 SP.
I cried taking him to 3-star gold.
Yeah, 3AJmad, 3SB, 3.2K. He's shocking. He won't going anywhere. But I think as I said last month, I wasn't really trying this month. Trish, I was nowhere near. I think going into last week, I was only at the 230k milestone. With all the things they threw at us last week, I got to 333k milestone. And prize ball just did what everyone else did, just filled up with TP, coin, blitz tickets, etc.
Well, I managed to get mine to 4-star silver as well. I had to buy the pack on the last day, and I also had to blow off, I think it was 7 million coins on the last day, because it worked out I was going to be 15,000 points off actually maxing a solo. It would have been the first one I've actually never been able to max. I just didn't feel like there was that many points this time round, which was quite disappointing. So basically, I was just wasting money on turnbuckle to max the event, and I managed to get Trish at 3-star bronze, and I'm 30 shards short from getting the 4-star gold version. And I bought everything off the wall, including a fucking stupid skip turn belt for the bitch, even though I got it in the last milestone anyway, which I did not check beforehand, because I bought the belt in the first week. So that was that's like 2,000 coins I just lost basically straight away. Unless they bring out another acrobat, ruthless aggression, female 4-star, then yeah, it's just gonna sit in my inventory like another waste of fucking shit.
I'm sorry, Vin. Hopefully you get those shards soon.
Bro, hey, there's another one in this one, so just letting you know now.
You're not alone
Yeah.
in having to buy perks and spend turnbuckles to max the event. I agree. They calibrated last month very poorly.
But see, another thing as well, though, it's like on the obviously that last week when you had those 3 events, the Turkey event stuff that was going on. If Grim never obviously came first in every single one, which they gave me an extra 15k plus then 10,000 from the flash feud points. So there was like 25,000 points that I gained being in Grim. So it's like I still done a fair bit of the tours. The only thing I don't really do, because I think it's a little bit pointless, but I'm not going to be doing it a month long, is do you know when you get like the extra points for doing like the certain tours? For example, you're doing striker tours, you use Sting, and then like more hard than hell. I don't do that because like I don't like the characters that they're putting in, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't be arsed spending that much time putting effort using those players, especially when I hate using the characters in the first place. So I just don't bother. I use characters I enjoy. Whereas this time round, because I was so far off, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably actually going to use the characters as much as possible just to get the extra points, because I was so far away, and it would have been the first time I've not been able to max a month long since the game has had month-long characters. I've always been in the top 100, and then when it got to a point where I weren't really bothered with the prizes, because the prizes changed dramatically, like when they took away the 3-star silvers or even the 2-star characters for being in the top 100, 150, 200. Once he started doing that and he just replaced it with like 10 TP and 100,000 coins, I thought to myself, what's the point chasing top 100 anymore? It's just pointless. So so since the games began, I've never not finished a month-long character. So I was quite worried when I was like still 50k off going into the final week, and then that Turkey event dropped, and I thought I might actually have a chance to max this event now just to get Trish, because I had no other luck getting her because my luck was shit in the RNG bags. I think I got 3 more times than I can count, and I got 5 about 7 times. My luck was awful.
So, I remember getting like 1s and 2s for the first week. I'm not even going to bullshit you.
Yeah, but your luck's ridiculous. Things though too, Bob. That's just karma. That eventually catching up with you.
Thanks, man.
God, I love RNG.
Quick
my
question.
road. Go ahead.
Let's cut you off. Who was it who said, the urns are shit and you don't want them anymore? Bring the fucking urns back from the month before, because at least the RNG was better than what you got for the Trish event. I told you, someone's going to regret saying that in that previous saying these are shite. Better fucking look on this one, mate. Whoever said that needs.
So the odd thing is I did way better in the Trish bags than I did in the pumpkins.
That's so funny.
But with that, my Road Dogg is 4-star bronze. That's where I left him. That's the only time I've ever not taken anybody 4-star gold. The big issue for me was black TP. I couldn't find it anywhere, and every single character I was working on, I think besides Z Brine at the time, required black TP. I did seem to have a few more tokens than others had. I didn't have enough to take him 4-star gold from the 2-star bronze starter pack, so that was definitely interesting. I know I did buy, I think there was a 50 pack in the first week that you could purchase, which was capable to make him 3-star bronze, so you could do the hell blitzes in week 1. Unfortunately, that wasn't very possible going into this month, but we could get into that later. I maxed the MLC pretty much early on with the earlier group that pushed through that. And then I just stalled somewhere on Trish shards, which was weird to me because I just kind of collected those bags forever. I opened like 30 at one point, and we did the math, and it averaged out to like 6.7 shards per bag.
That's ridiculous.
Which everybody's like, are you crazy? I'm like, that doesn't seem very high because in my mindset, thinking of the pumpkins, 10s, 30s, 50s, whatever, everybody's like, holy shit, how'd you get that much? And what was weird is I didn't get my 4-star gold Trish until the last day, the last Road Dogg tour. So I'm not sure where I was missing the Trish shards, somewhere along that line.
It was just a rough month, man.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's the weird part because the MLC was and everything around it was just kind of iffy. The month was great though.
Right.
Everything the month gave out was amazing.
Right.
I did luck out at the end of the month. The Cena loot, I managed to get Keith Lee finally, my unicorn.
Fucking ridiculous.
Congratulations.
Now I just need the time to get him up. And then talk about the Volt. That was
a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. The good with the bad, like I said, everybody in the faction that maxed that Volt got Cena.
Correct.
So I mean, and Cena is a pretty highly tiered up character.
He is a very great card.
Yeah, I'm a little behind because, like I said, I kind of missed the last mini podcast. I apparently found my bed and passed out last week and had no idea where I was. But I was lucky enough to go to the end of the Volt. I did end up getting Mr. Gobbledygooker, who I'm starting to slowly fall in love with for various reasons.
Yeah.
And then the last chest of that Regalia chest, I believe that's how it's pronounced, I ended up getting the one card out of it I actually wanted, which was Kairi Zane. So, I mean, the month was great. The MLC was weird, and I was not a big fan of. I do wish I could have took Road Dogg higher, because I think when played correctly, he can do some pretty massive damage for a showboat. But unfortunately, where he is now, he's probably going to sit for a long, long time, unless I really need that DX Army Link.
Yeah, my Road Dogg didn't do too bad with the red, black, and I basically just a drop Sting, went Dolph Ziggler, went Booker T, went X-Pac, and I went gem damage, and he was hitting some pretty nice moves. In all honesty, like most of the time, I was doing like 150k, 200k every move I was using, even with the massive armors that the defense was having. And that last day, I managed to literally end it I think it was turn 3. When I managed to get the black move off twice, and then I managed to hit both red moves, and it was game over. They just weren't kicking out on that last go. But just to bring up on that Vault GoDFlow, do you think that they miscalculated? Because being like obviously in major top factions who do spend a lot of money, so Grim had that Vault literally maxed in less than 47 minutes. I logged onto the game after 50 minutes. Literally, it was ridiculous, right? So I literally logged onto the game, looked at the Vault, and I thought, oh, there's fucking loads left. I'd say we were 2 levels off from in the whole event. So I've opened a pull, got 8 coins, went back to the Vault, and it was empty. 47 minutes, the Vault was empty, and I thought, what the actual fuck? So now you've got people in Grim. Someone's got 50 coins, Vault coins for them. I've got 8. Others have got 7 and 6s. There's literally, I'd probably say, Grim, if there another vault dropped tomorrow with the same things, I reckon we could probably max it again with how many coins are left over in the whole of our faction. It's a joke. I think they really miscalculated because too many people as well maxed that vault in my eyes. Too many top factions, and not even that as well. Quite a lot of low factions managed to max it as well, and a lot of people got Cena. So they either miscalculated or they devalued Cena in session. Because to me, Cena's a great character, and he can be even better with obviously medals and belts and all that palaver. But the lane bonus that it gave, I really think they devalued Cena yet again in this game. They've devalued Cena with all his cards apart from.
I don't know about devalued. That's a strong word, Vin. There was a lot of money that needed to be spent.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they were thinking, but I mean, I do know what I told 1% is as it's going on after we got over the hype of us getting him. I was like,
card.
Yeah, well, he's top, but I said, all right, now everybody needs to know how to use him, but now we also all need to know how to defend against him because he's fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not going away. I mean, when he came out, we started looking through, and his move set that the sub gems is a choose move is absolutely insane and new.
Yep.
I mean, I think presumptuous before actually looking into him. I mean, other than Socko, I'm not sure a tech I could put above him right now.
He's a very great card. He's easily in my mind top 2, top 3.
Do you not think AJ's great?
No, I mean we could get to how terrible he is.
We'll get there. We'll get there soon, Vin. Don't worry. We'll get there soon. So in regards to my monthly, I went the path of the Ben and Sam path of not really going super hard on Road Dogg. Took him 3 silver, 5k. That's where I left him. And I was relatively close to getting Trish at the end of the month. Not from shards, but from maxing the solo. So I ended up buying like this last minute pack that they had, which had like an obscene amount of solo points in it. And shards and pulls and all this other stuff. I got nothing from the pulls, which I know other people got like some really cool stuff, which was really awesome to see. But I ended up getting the 3-star bronze Trish from the milestones, and that's where she's sitting for now. But that was who I wanted to end up getting because I don't really have the striker Trish, and now I can use her to fill requirements, etc., etc. But it was kind of weird. It was my first month that I didn't go hard at all. I specifically told myself, it's like, yeah, I'm doing the talent up, but I'm not actually chasing anything. And then just naturally doing the month and prepping like my characters for this upcoming month's talent up, I had already gotten to like 440,000 solo points or so, somewhere around that range. And the pack that they had at the last minute gave like 40 or 50k or something obscene. It was just other stuff that they gave out. It was a weird feeling to not go for it, have a chance to max it by spending 100 and saying, okay, that's my month, and not really even going for it. It was the first time I've ever had that type of weird opportunity. But it was like GoDFlow said, it was a pretty damn good to great month overall for a lot of people. Not the contest, but the month. A lot of people got Cena. A lot of people ended up getting some decent resources. It was Black Friday. There was good sales. Even though people may not think there was good sales, I thought there was a couple of good sales. I got some of the prop packs. They were dope. I also can take my Hall of Fame card to 5-star now. Guaranteed. Instead of having to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds on IGC. Like, that was a huge difference. It was a huge difference maker, at least for me. So I think it was a pretty damn good month. In regards to the prize wall, bought all the coins that I could, bought all the health packs that I could, and then I got all the heavy amounts of TP that I could. And I have specifically not been opening TP because I'm trying to do these month-long events without doing the TP events. If I need to take characters up for TP, then I will just naturally do that for the next talent up, and if I get shit in the TP event, then sure. But other than that, I don't really try to do much. Last month was a different story because I had 2 cards at 4-star gold that I was taking up that didn't have very much TP in them. So I ended up maxing a couple of TP events. But I'm up to like around 5,000-ish TP saved up in 100 bags, so I'm pretty happy with that. It was a good month for collecting resources overall. But if anyone has anything else to say on it, go for it. Otherwise, we'll talk about current month.
Yeah, I left out what I got to initially. I forgot about what to say. I didn't do anything. Yeah, I agree. It was a pretty good month. I got an MBT that I've never had. I think I got 2 SS. I got a 4SB Ray that I never had. I got a 4SB Cena, which obviously we spoke about, was a great card. And I also got a 4SB APA out of the bag. So yeah, it was a to say I did absolutely jack shit. I had a pretty good month.
Yeah, in regards to the things that I got in the month, I was actually in the same seat as GoDFlow in TNM. He did the pull at the last minute and got Gooker. I did the pull at last minute in TNM and got Gooker.
Oh, he finally admitted it.
I didn't want to have to say, people kept on getting upset. It's just like, I don't understand why people kept on getting so mad. I got him. Okay? It happens. I clicked the button, the game lagged, and it was like, look, we don't have that many items to pull anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have that many items to pull anymore? Pull. And it gave me a 1 pull. And then it was the only thing that was left, which was the gobbledygooker. And I was like, well, okay. That lag gave me the fucking card instead of giving me... What was it that Scon pulled? I can't remember off the top of my head. Something. I don't know. He pulled, I think, Sean, and it would have gotten me Trish instead of having to spend money at that point. It would have been like different things, but ended up getting the turkey. Out of the bag, I got Ember, that 2 bronze, so that's not going anywhere, like anytime soon. If she's a requirement in Showdown, great, and stick her in the slot and put Papa Shango on her and make her tag out. If she needs to go first in Showdown, and if she's used in tours, then I'll take her up maybe. But I'm not really moving her very much. But it was a pretty good month.
I was waiting for Danny to pipe up on chat though.
No. Oh man, this chat is going ham. So, yeah, Flo got a lot of TP this month. He got a shit ton more TP than I did. But I'm saving my TP bags. And I'm happy with that. So, outside of that, current monthly. Boom. Where are we with Lacey? Orton shards. This whole what a year thing. What are your prize well plans? Are you chasing? Are you chasing the solo? Are you chasing the shards? Are you not chasing? Do you like Orton? Do you not like Orton? Where are you guys on with that?
I've got Lacey at 2 gold maxed, just waiting on tokens to turn her 3-star. Orton shards are at 255, and I'm gonna play the event like I always do, trying to max solo and get the chase through shards.
Damn, nobody's happy about this monthly, huh? Alright, well,
I
I like this monthly a whole shit ton. I like Orton a bunch. I think he's stupid OP. I think he's very strong.
No,
I don't want anybody
I
to
was just
say
talking to
anything
myself.
about him, though. Like, I don't want
yeah,
anybody to think he's good, kind of like Lana. Like that type of level. Like, he's trash. Like, don't play him. He's so bad. He's not worth putting in your Showdown defense at
He's
all.
overrated.
He's just poop. Yeah, he's overrated. He's amazing.
Who's overrated?
Uh-huh.
Who did you say was overrated? Sorry, I missed the first bit.
Orton.
Ah.
Yeah. He's poop. Totally poop.
I have 190 shards in and I don't think I'm going to go hard for this month. And my Lacey's only 2-star gold. And I am currently 100 tokens to go 3-star bronze. And
I
think
am. Oh,
it's
sorry.
pretty trash. I don't like it whatsoever. But I might chase Orton. I don't know. I'll just see. Because I didn't max the talent up event. I had nothing ready. Because, typical me too, Bob, I have no resources. Because I like to just level people up when I can be asked, and not so much in talent events. I like to do everyone, don't I? So I've only got like 10 more people to go to 3-star gold, and everyone's 3-star gold. So, and then it's getting everyone to 4-star next.
I'm at 2 assess with Lacey, maxed. I didn't buy start pack again, as usual. Orton, I think is a very good card. I'm all out for Orton. 23. As it stands, I'm at 275, but I haven't completed TP yet, so when I finish TP, I'll be at 305 shards. I don't usually compete solo, but I get the card usually. But I'm going hard for Orton massively. I think he'll be. I think I'll be. I've got 30 out with bags. I open my bags.
How many bags did you get? 2 or 3?
2, and I've had 30 both times.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
I'm at 27. Yeah, that's what I'm at. 275. And I've got to finish off TP tomorrow, and then I'll be at 305. And then so I'm massively chasing him. I think he'll be. I think I've watched some of Cable's videos, and I think he'll be a massive help.
Nah, he's shit.
With my showdown.
He's totally
massive help.
Totally shit. Just got to push that narrative throughout this whole podcast. Just make sure everybody knows.
Actually, he's fucking horrific, but I'm off all out for him.
I'm at 2 gold with my Lacey right now. Also, I'm chasing Orton. I have no idea where I'm at with his shards right now, though. I'm like 165-ish or something. I haven't done anything on the women's tour.
Stop being lazy and go and look.
I know. I feel like being lazy.
God.
How does that feel?
Not even giving correct information.
Incorrect information, he says. Okay, fine. Even though I told people that I'm chasing Orton, that's not incorrect, mister. So that's going on.
But saying that you're 65-ish, that is
165-ish. Jesus, you're just deaf today. That's fine, though. I'll make sure to speak up for you, okay? Okay. Now that we've gone through that.
That ish matters, doesn't it? That's not a correct number.
So to confirm, you have 25 Orton shards.
And now we have a celebrity spotting in Cable.
You know what I mean? It's like 165-ish could be fucking any number. Could be 110, 120, Could be 200. You don't know, do you? So go and get the correct.
There you go.
I just have a bunch of bags. I've never looked.
It's 200, Vin. Okay?
There you go. So you're 35. You were fucking 35 out, weren't you? See?
I was. What do you know? However many fucking battles that is. Anywho, instead of giving me a hard time left and right, because that's just what Vin loves to do, and we had a celebrity spotting in Merrick/Cable Gaming here, just ruining my own time, trying to explain to the people what I'm trying to do for the month. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But anywho, I do have 200 shards. Lacey's at 2 gold. I'm chasing the month. I'm chasing the 4 gold fuse up. I don't see any reason anybody shouldn't. Regardless of the coach that he has for black submissions to take less damage.
Yeah, he's got a horrible coach.
It's not great, but his card is pretty damn good, and you should probably go and watch Cable's video on it, because it was certainly the most
setup is stupid.
It was the most adept usage of the card by far.
Let's just be honest, it's always the most adept usage of any card.
Besides that, this is like a highlighted case of what a night. This is night and day. This is really showing people how to use the card. So look. Here's how this works. Go on.
Listen, it's the difference between someone that actually tests the character and uses the different move sets instead of somebody just saying, that looks great, let me get this out and get more views. That's the difference.
Well,
I
yeah,
agree.
that doesn't matter about the views, for crying out loud. If he can use the character right, he will get more views because people are going to be like, hey, did you see Orton? And people are going to go, yeah, he looks shit. And you're going to go, no, he doesn't. Didn't you see this video? And then
How many times do we watch the preview just to laugh at the people doing them?
Well, yes.
Because that's garbage.
it's a difference in the sense of like, so here's how this works. From my perspective, because I don't want anybody to play Orton similar to Lana, don't watch this video. Whatever you do, don't watch this video. It's the worst thing in the world. If you're actually aware and you understand that this card is something great, watch the video so you can understand how to play the card. But whatever you do, don't watch the fucking video, okay?
He's
I mean,
overrated.
when do YouTubers actually run characters correct these days? Half of them don't know how to run a character. Half of them have never known how to run a character. You just literally get stacked characters and run them poorly. Every character comes out half the time and they crash because a YouTuber does not know how to show the card off properly. Because apparently they're restricted to what they can actually put on the trainers, which is bullshit. Half of the characters are wank because of YouTube. All you literally need to do on a YouTube video is check the video, look for move damage, work it out yourself. Because that's the only useful thing they are there for. Other than that, I don't watch the videos because they're shit. You don't know how to run characters. You've got people eating in a video when they're trying to talk through the video, fucking pointing, uploading that. You've got other people that don't fucking do things right and say fucking misclick when they clearly don't because they use a mouse. You clearly can't fucking false swipe that when you're using a mouse and you've got to press 2 different buttons to actually do what you're doing. So stop chatting shit. And half of the time, it's just like you think to yourself, wow, I have to sit here for another 6 minutes just to sort of double check this move damage. Oh yeah, great, sound off. Other than that, don't watch a YouTuber to get good information about a character. Learn it yourself. That's the best thing you can do on this game. Write pen and paper down if you really need to, and use a fucking calculator if you don't know how to do maths. Other than that, don't take opinions off YouTubers because they get handpicked for certain things and their restrictions are certain things. And I don't like Orton's coach because it fucks up my Z Austin, which really, really hurts me. Really hurts me. I don't like that coach.
What? What are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
Well, have you seen the 65% reduction on a 280k sub? That's a lot to take off, so I don't like that coach.
Your striker Austin, not your Z Austin.
Yeah, my striker Austin. I'm pretty sure I said my striker Austin, but if I never, I do apologise. But, you know, it's like that coach, honest to God, it's like I seen it for 65k. They taking the piss. That's the only thing that makes striker Austin still viable at 5-star with how big his sub is. Now, if I'm facing an Orton, my striker Austin's not going to be the greatest. I might actually have to take his belt off, which is the skip turn belt of an epic, and put on a legendary just to put the boss plate on it. I don't want to do that because I don't want to be taking the bit parts for the strap. So I don't like his coach, so I'm not really impressed with this fucking character, if I'm being completely honest. And I'm hoping that not many people get him. I really am hoping not many people can get him because that's really going to hurt me. And it's going to make me sad actually, like, taking up Striker Austin because it's a bad sub. I might have to start running him differently. But why I've got his 2 gears and his sub's just so big, like, you know, I literally, I'm not impressed. So.
Vin, I don't think you're going to have to worry about too many people throwing him on a coach to combat you. That would assume people are going to be smart and check to see your build and know what Austin is going to do. They're just going to go in thinking they can face roll you. Your sub's going to be fine, fam.
Facts. That's the best thing about this community. Half of them is shit and don't know how to run a fucking game.
Hey, YouTube has taught me if you put Hogan and Hogan on anybody as a coach, they're great.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hogan.
Oh yeah. Those characters that are so rare to find on certain things. That's another thing that irritates me with fucking YouTubers. It's like I've said to Brian, I was like, Brian, why are you putting rare characters as coaches that you know not many people have really got? Well, that's what Scopely tell us to do. I'm like, wait, what? So they're telling you to basically put characters on card that you don't really have the luxury of having, you know. And this is what people think. Oh, because I don't have Hogan, he sucks. Well, find out to make a new build, then you thick cunt.
Hey, Vin,
See-
they don't tell you to run rare trainers.
When he said that, though, there's an interesting feature that came to mind of something I was looking at today. I was going to the forum to do more bitching about my 2020 Zombies link not working correctly. Apparently, that's going to be an everyday fiasco. But while I was there, I was looking at their little character section, and when you go in, Furpo has a nice little post there that has the character builds. So when he said that, I was wondering, like, are they pushing those builds, saying, "Hey, you should use this"?
Also, no, like, so as far as like directly, no one from Scopely has ever told me, "Hey, these are the recommended build sets. I'd like to see you move them." I've heard Gerson say that before, so maybe someone's told him. But as far as trainers go,
Yeah. I don't think you need
hey.
it.
Try not to bash them too much, at least because they've all been really nice to me. So I can only speak for myself. But for a fact, they have never told me I need to run rare trainers. And if you watch my videos, in fact, I do not equip, like, I have Hall of Fame Sting. I don't think I've ever used him in a video. I don't use the rare trainers. I use the common ones everyone has, or chase cards, so non-paywalled characters.
Or if you do use those trainers, you make a specific note to mention this is how it would look if you have XYZ trainer.
Yeah, so this recent one, I did use NWO Macho on one build, but I used the regular gem generator trainer first and ran that first with that build. And then I did the NWO Macho one. But I've never been told I have to use specific trainers. I've never been told I have to use rare trainers. In fact, when I first started, I asked if they were expecting me to change anything. And the direct quote was, "No, keep doing what you're doing." So I can say whatever I want. I just need to say it's my opinion and not state it as fact. And if you watch some of my stuff, you can watch the AJ one. He's a mid-tier card. I have no problem saying that. In my opinion, AJ is a mid-tier card. So, for what it's worth. But I do appreciate what you're saying. I want to show a character how it's going to play for most people. I don't care about the top 1% that have every card, because that's not the majority of the player base.
So here's a question then that I've always wanted to be answered truthfully, because when I've asked about it, I get lied to, I think. For example, Stardust, right? Obviously, because he's no longer in the company anymore. When I first said, why don't you use Stardust to actually improve the gem damage on a character, I was told that they are not allowed to use Stardust in a video, and they're not allowed to say Stardust's name. They have to use Booker T. Even though at the time, Booker T was essentially 25k coins and Stardust was 10k coins, which I know it's only 15k and it doesn't really matter too much. But what's the point wasting 15k when you don't actually have to? And then I was told that he can't use Stardust as a trainer because he's no longer pullable in the loots anymore, and he's no longer with Scopely's game. Is that actually true? So you can't use characters that are no longer in the game anymore?
No, I mean, like, I use Matt Hart. Well, I use Matt Hardy. He's in AEW.
He's still technically in loots at times, though, isn't he?
Sure, I think so. Well, I actually
like Luke Harper, Stardust, any Dean Ambrose, like certain characters like that have got multiple trainers that do the exact same. Like, obviously, there's no one in this game at this moment in time that's like Matt Hardy. So, like Luke Harper destroying purple gems, and then obviously you've got certain moves that destroy purple gems. But instead of using Luke Harper that destroys one more, they're getting the character. For example, when Gallows destroys black moves with obviously purple gems on a black move. So instead of using Luke Harper that destroys one gem extra more, because he's no longer with Scopely, they're using Gallows to use the black move trainer that destroys gems, even though it's purple gems, when he could get an extra gem from Luke Harper. Now, apparently, they're not allowed to use characters like that. If there's a character in the game that's got a similar person. So, for example, Bulldog and Powerhouse Taker, obviously, they're both red gems. Now, obviously, it doesn't really matter because Bulldog died, right? But obviously, if Bulldog had left, you couldn't use Bulldog. You'd have to use Taker. So I'm just curious to know if that's actually true, or if they're just full of shit and they actually didn't think of the trainer in the first place, and then they just thought, oh, this trainer works.
keep in mind, I've not been there as long as the other guys. Like, I'm really new, but I use whatever trainer I have that's best for the situation that I think everyone else is going to have. I don't personally have Stardust on my roster. That was before my time. I don't have the Dudleys on my roster, so I don't have Wade Barrett on my roster. But if I'm going to do a video, I'm going to use I would absolutely use Powerhouse Harper, for example, because he's a card most everyone has unless they just started. And it wouldn't bother me to use it at all. And I've never been told I can't. I've never been told you have to use this setup. You need to use these trainers. You need to use the best trainers you have. I've never been told any of that. And if you watch any of my videos, you'll see, in fact, that I don't. I use the ones that everyone has. So maybe that used to be true. I don't know. I can't speak for that. I can only talk about with me. And there are some things, if you ask, I will tell you I'm not allowed to talk about because, I do sign a NDA.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie to you and make something up when it's something I can talk about. So,
Well, see, that just proves even more that half of the YouTubers that are doing characters just do actually suck, and they shouldn't be doing videos and actually showing off characters, because half the time builds are wrong, and you've just basically clarified that by saying you aren't restricted from Scopely. So if that's the case, then please share your gaming channel, and I will happily start watching your videos, because if they're actually worth watching, I'll watch it full instead of just skipping to move damages and seeing.
Vin, he is easily the best content creator and I'm gonna say this, and it may sound biased, but it is true, since the inception of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will happily have a look, and I will give my verdict that way.
There you go. I will get you a link for sure, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people in the live chat right now who can certainly get you a link too.
Can somebody post it in the podcast channel?
Yeah.
Sure. If someone can also send it me by DM, I'd appreciate it as well. And yeah, thank you.
But anywho, about this month. So, and where's anybody else on their thoughts on Lacey, Orton, prize wall plans? I'm planning to get all the health packs in the world this month again, by the way, because they are just hemorrhaging them from us. Nobody else? Flo? Sam?
Lacey is, I guess we're calling it Enzo Akim 2.0 for a woman. I haven't played with her much because I was actually, again, trying.
You played with her a little bit, have you?
Just a bit. Unfortunately, I had to go blitz crazy the other night. Unfortunately, I had to do the hards instead of the hells because I could not get her into the 3-star bronze range.
Yep. No.
I'm going to do my usual, go for Orton. I do not have a shard count. I haven't opened any bags. I haven't looked. Right now I'm going cat toy crazy, so I'm not going to look. Other than that, the month we'll see. I'm okay having a slow month because I have so many projects and other things I want to do. So if the chase character is my only main thing I'm going for, I will gladly be happy and take that for the month.
I've already commented, Bob.
Oh, that's true. Anybody else that hasn't commented?
I'm all over the health packs.
I've got Lacey 3-star silver. I'm gonna chase Orton. I think he's gonna be pretty nifty for showdown offense.
You pulled her, or you bought the starter pack?
I bought it.
Okay.
She's someone I'm definitely gonna take the
She's
probably
really
5-star.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
She's gonna be really good. That 5-star moveset looks really awesome. Thanks to Merrick for showing us that one. But yeah, she's gonna be besides Sasha, she's gonna be up there. She's gonna be slower, but she's gonna win with full health.
She's gonna be real annoying to go up against.
How you running her at this moment in time? It's 2-star too, Bob.
In the ground. I haven't actually touched her, Vin. I tried twice during the blitz, and she got smacked on round 3 out of 4, both times. And I was like, "Welp, I can't win with her no matter how I run her right now. This is not fun."
Well,
I just have to get her a 3-star.
So I've been running her yellow, black with Fat Enzo. Mm-hmm. And I managed to get 3 out of 4 done every time. and then I basically had to use Kyrie to kill Trish, but then quit and kill Kyrie, and then go in with Lacey. But I can
couldn't
do
even get
around
past 3.
60k. Yeah, I can do around 60k's worth of damage. Well, consistently, I'd say like 30k, but I can do 60 to 70k before I sort of die. So as long as no one can hit me for like 70k before they get me finisher off like twice, then I'm sort of pretty good at this moment in time with that setup.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll try it out then.
So it might be worth a try if like it comes around and she's not 3-star, but I'm pretty sure she will be for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get her there, and then we can do those daily blitzes. But
I did 2 SS, but I did same moveset as me. But I just used Shango, so she had out health. So she went out. I used Nazi for the first 3 matches, because I still got her quite low for SP, and then just brought Lacey into it last match.
so is it just me, or does anybody else think that Shango should get a 13k trainer?
100%.
Definitely. Of course, mine's still only 3K, so I should probably work on.
Yeah,
that
I
at some
never
point.
use them, so I really don't have a.
Like if he had a 13k trainer, take him to 4-star gold, and it was instead of 50,000, like 90 something thousand, because you know they always do weird numbers. They won't give you 100. But like, I think it'd be worth it. But yeah, anybody else on this month before we move on?
Yeah, T-Bob, the prize wall, like you, I don't really have a choice. I'm gonna have to go for health packs. I can't keep competing in feud with like the requirements for the faction to hit that stuff, and also like when they do the solo event where they put like a really good skill plate in the final one. It just takes so many health packs, and they're now with the way the new faction shop is. Health packs are just too expensive to buy on there when there's better stuff like gear and straps and that kind of stuff. So
and the coins like you talked about that are on sale, the million and 2 million coins.
Yep. So I'm a little bit scared because the cost of health packs is really expensive, like when you go to purchase them. So if I don't get them on the prize wall, I don't really know how I will compete in feud going forward. So hopefully there's more, like maybe stipulation tours will drop soon and you'll be able to get a bunch there. But there's definitely a lot of people struggling with health packs, and I fit right into that boat.
Yep.
Health packs are a reason I am definitely pushing Gooker to the top as fast as I can.
Because of 5-star, that 1 MP,
That 5-star 1 MP, I have all the health skill trainers, and that's just going to be my life for the rest of the.
I mean, it's a pretty strong one.
Yeah. I'm using the hell out of Z Roman in Showdown because he just builds everything back up with that black, yellow set.
I'm not gonna lie. I was doing my Showdown matches yesterday, and I was running through with a couple of cards, and eventually, like, I lost a couple, and I was like, who else can I win with without having to concern myself with health packs? I was like, oh yeah, I took Trickster Eddie up to 5-star this talent up. That's right.
He's great.
So I tossed him in there, and I just put up, I think I put up Cena, because he's the Ruthless Aggression tag team partner, so I put him in there, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to use any type of MP trainer because people have perks. Even though it's early in the month, people still have perks. So I used Daniel Bryan, I used Zombie Rock, Zombie Finn, and Zombie Bryan for all the other health steal. He does like 260,000 health steal. And I ran him. So the first person that I found was a blue-red Keith Lee. So I ran him with double blues and the finisher, destroyed Keith Lee. And he tagged out. I still destroyed his partner. He tagged Keith Lee back in, got back up to full health, and won. It's so stupid. He doesn't lose any health. It was just dumb, man. It's so much fun, and it's such a different way of playing Showdown where you don't always have to be turn 1. You don't have to use the MP trainer, but you can use those types of health steal cards where it's just consistently winning and not losing health packs throughout the time.
I liken it to like playing with your food.
Is pretty good for that as well too.
Yeah,
that's 6M. So many times, like if for example, I've used Kofi for Showdown, and then Kofi's got quite low in health. Instead of wasting like 33 health packs for Kofi, I'll put him in like the second spot and then use Zombie Triple H for a few games. Obviously, when you get your wild card, aim for, obviously, if you've managed to get your red moves recycled, aim for loot gems. But because I run Zombie Triple H with the X plate, which I think is his best thing for him, I sort of come out with like full health after like 6 matches because you sort of get max loot every time. So Kofi Kingston's health shoots up.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
I'll sit there. I've been playing with Z Roman and Zombie Triple H as his hot tag.
Oof.
And I put the stub on there and just kind of play with him with Roman for a while until I get all of Triple H's moves filled. And then I'll hit the bleed right before I tag him and then go and stub him. And usually that beats him pretty quick. And then if not, I'll beat him the next time around.
You know what I'm enjoying though? As crazy as it sounds, I'm enjoying that Showdown's actually evolving in the sense of who people can start using again instead of it just being Zombie Austin, Zombie Austin, Zombie Austin. It's just.
I mean, you can still use the Fashion Police right now. The first week, if you run Acom and the Fashion Police link, you're gonna be turn 1.
Yep, you can still run that.
I was just gonna say that, Ben, with the way the metas went, right? Like as you get up there, it's tons of Sako. So I was actually thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm using my Sako against these Sakos. I'm taking damage. I'm using health packs, but Sako doesn't have high gem damage, so I'm gonna throw up Dango and see how this goes with Breeze. And because you're still turn 1ing, I won every match last night, turn 1, getting my daily stuff down, and I fought Sako every time. So as the meta changes, if you stay ahead of the curve and pick guys that counter the meta guys really well, you can go around it that way. So I'm going to do most of my showdown, I think, this week with Dango instead of Sako for that particular reason.
If it's male.
It's male.
I think it's mixed
this week.
Oh, right. So then I'll just
mixed.
Sorry.
I'll probably use.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just got Carmella to 5-star, so I'll probably have her in the woman's slot. Figure out who I want to do for male to load her up.
I'm gonna get Hall of Fame leader to 5-star one of these days. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, mine has been pretty static for a while. It's Sako in the 1 and Z Roman in the 2. Pretty much Sako is completely armored to death. It's very hard to do damage against him unless your name is Sako. He just loads up the yellows, he makes the tag, and then my Roman is set up, armor stacked. He has the finisher, he has the bleed, and he has the health steal, and usually they're all loaded.
Damn. That's probably where I'm going to go. I'm working Sako up to 5-star, and I like that setup because Sako does fill that finisher pretty nasty, pretty quick.
So, anybody else on the monthly? Just overall? No?
I mean, it's kind of early to tell, Bob. Right now,
That's
there's
fair.
not a whole lot going on. We'll see how we get screwed. The Hall of Fame bags are interesting. I managed to get a not 10 pull for Bree shards the other day. I got 30. I was mildly surprised. People are like, oh, I'm going to hold them all until the end of the month and pull them all one time. I'm like, no, I'm just going to pull this Band-Aid off really fucking slow and painful because I just want to feel that pain every day, all day.
I'm doing the weight.
I'm holding out too. I'm gonna hold out, click that button, and go, oh.
No. I want to go day by day and live the agony. Because why the fuck are we playing this game if you're not having a little bit of heartache over it?
I think Pumpkin's ruined every bag ever for me. So I just save it all and open once at a time so I can get all my.
It's like putting a 3-foot piece of duct tape on my arm and just pulling against the grain of the hair just a little bit every day.
So I've actually got 128 shards of Hall of Fame Brie Bella.
Yeah, I haven't even looked, but I'm down to get as many shards as they want to give me of her because that's a coach that everybody wants.
I think someone did the
black
math.
black gem generation. Yeah.
and I haven't checked it myself, but if you average 27 shards a bag, you'll get the shards to recruit her. And it sounds like that is somewhat realistic. There will be people doing that from what it's looked like from what I'm seeing that people are pulling from the bag.
I'm
I've
thinking
gotten
10.
50 out of 3 so far.
Well,
so there's been 5 bags so far for us, and I've got 128.
I got 75 out of 5 bags.
it's about
So
as close
there's
as
your
you'll
average.
get, Vin.
Yep.
Vin, you're about as close as you'll get.
Yeah, 25.6 my average is at this moment in time.
So outside of these bags, which again they're doing this pretty cool daily login type of thing for the bags, a shot at Hall of Fame Eddie, which is a bullshit chance my ass.
Yeah.
And then obviously giving Nikki away at the end. It's pretty cool that they're actually trying to give away some type of progression towards Hall of Fame cards instead of charging $2,000+ for them.
It would have been really nice if they would have given away a mail for the people that don't have a Hall of Fame for the Rex, for feud Rex and stuff. But
yeah,
whatever.
I bet you any money there's going to be a lot of Eddies actually pulled because it'll be smart business. Think of it, right? The Hall of Fame tokens aren't easy accessible as your daily tokens to take up every other superstar. Your 1 stars, your 2 stars, your 3 stars, and 4 star tokens that you need to get, obviously, yet they're in the showdown, which is still going to cost you money because you're then going to use in-game cash to recycle that showdown store to get your tokens a little bit faster. But then look how much they're charging to take them 5 stars. For me, it would make more sense giving every single person on this game a 2-star Eddie when it comes to our chance of Eddie. Just for the sheer fact is of how many people are going to take him up and how much money they're going to make basically giving that character away, because that's going to be people's top tier certain superstar, and they're going to make sure they take him 5-star. They're going to spend when those 5-star tokens come down because you need 10 of them.
But with that thought process, doesn't it make more sense to get everybody maybe 100 or 200 shards short on the 2 Eddie and
make
3?
them pull for it also.
Not really, because look how high his fuse point is. His fuse point straight away is going to be 4-star gold. So they're only going to be using tokens to take him from 4-star gold to 5-star. That's not that much money. Yeah, okay, they might go, you might have to spend a little bit to pull. But if you give him a 2-star rarity from taking him from 2-star silver all the way up to a 5-star, as well as him filling in stars to make sure he's strong enough to do stuff, it's going to generate more money in the long run when you think of the player base, because a lot of people won't pull for him regardless. You just won't spend money on him. If they've already got
man, I mean,
and they're spending
I totally agree with you for the long-term thought process, but history has taught us that they seem to look short-sighted when it comes to money instead of long-term.
They want their wallets full
look
now.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
I
Look at that
also-
vault. I mean, right?
I
Right?
I generally do
hold on.
think they're changing the logic a little bit now, because on those Black Friday deals this year, I thought they were amazing. Now, I was even contemplating buying the TP deal for £70, my money, because I thought I don't have TP, and that's a lot of TP for 70 quid. And I was really contemplating. I chose not to because I just thought, what's the point? I don't like having TP. It's just against my religion. So, I don't like having coins and I don't like having TP.
I mean, their stance on money is stupid. Look at the vault we just had, right? So you got the tokens from the loopholes, and then once your faction maxed the vault, why would you buy more of those when you know half of the fucking loot you're gonna get
is vault coins that you can't do anything with.
You can't use.
You couldn't even exchange them. If you could exchange them for 100K a pop, then maybe.
They're super short-sighted with shit like that, and that's fine. That's just their model. We drove them to do this kind of stupid shit, so it's our own fault, to be honest.
And how many people bought those things after their faction had already maxed too? Like,
I mean,
knowing that
some people did. I mean, you see him in the brag channel popping up with fucking 4-star gold HBKs and shit, and a bunch of altcoins that nobody can use.
Yep. It was an interesting one, man. People will spend. That's what, like you said, that's what they've been conditioned to do.
I got on early, and I got Keith Lee, and and I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, I got that, and I let Bob get his turkey. I spent all mine way early. Um, but I'm like, whatever. I get Cena out of the deal. I'm fine with that. I can mess with him after Sacco.
I spent a shit ton, man. I dropped 70 coins before that also. I dropped like 80 something coins before that actually also.
I think I had like 87 coins total, and I ended up with one left at the very end because I had to go like inside for 10 seconds, and I come back outside and the fucking vault's done. I'm like, Jesus, there was like 175 left.
I had 132 heading into the last tier.
Just gone.
And that is with also spending about 60 more earlier on, just for shits and giggles, throwing pennies in the pool.
I had a total of 50.
Out in less than 47 minutes. It's a joke.
Yeah, the fact that Grim maxed it so damn quick is really, that's really
I
obscene.
legit think you could probably remax that vault with what coins are left in Grim at this moment in time. And that's not over exaggerating. I know it's 2 people with still 55 plus coins.
Yeah. It's a lot of coins though. It's like 2,700 coins that are needed. But
so
yeah.
In Grim's case, maxing it that fast, I get it. But ours took a little bit longer. I had 58 total, and I did a what was the max pull? Was it like 27 or something?
35.
35.
Yeah, 35 pull.
I did a 35 pull at tier 3. I did a 7 pull, 2 7 pulls at tier 4. Anyway, I ended up having like 8 left. But I wanted to do pulls early for a few reasons. 1, spread it out. 2, make sure I get something from the vault. And 3, knowing how vaults work, very unlikely I'm going to be around when it gets pulled. So I just feel like the vaults would be better if if everyone hit it with the pulls at every tier. Like you just said, okay, we're gonna contribute on every tier along the way. It's better for everyone that way. 1, you're gonna actually get something. If you just hold all of your coins or the vast bulk of your coins for the end, there's a good chance you get burned and get nothing. And for the people that got mad, for people that hoarded, they themselves were hoarding and they were mad because they missed it. So that to me doesn't make a lot of sense. So in my case, I missed out. Yeah. In my case, I missed out on the really, really big stuff at the end because the 8 pulls I had, I wasn't able to make them. However, I did end up getting some TP and coin and stuff from pulling earlier. So, and I got Cena. So I look at that as a win-win. Got the faction vault advanced, and some of my teammates got some good stuff. So I wasn't unhappy at all.
Yeah, with us, we kind of lucked out because the actual cards got spread out among people.
Yeah, that happened.
Unlike what you see in the Bears, all the good cards at the end got spread out. They were all new cards for everybody. They went to pretty good faction mates. That was cool. One guy did get the vast majority of the resource, the coins in the TP, and he's like, "Oh, I'm posting this." I was like, you might not want to post that."
So in our faction, the way that it got split out was, it was Sean and like 1,000 Trish shards or something along those lines, and then it was DX China and Godfather, and I think another 500 Trish shards, and then obviously I was the final one with the turkey, and the Road Dogg was pulled prior to that. So our faction had like a very wide spread towards the end because, like we were saying, it had like 170 something items and then gone, just poof. So I guess because everybody pulled like around the same time that it just distributed, slot machines getting pulled 170 times all in 1 second and has to just distribute a bunch of items at once. But yeah, very, very unlike the Bears photo of every single card, 2,000 plus shards. An obscene amount of coin in TP, 43 million coin and 7,000 plus TP. It's insane.
I think part of the problem was the fact that there were more pulls after you maxed the tiers. If they had made it so each tier the cards went out, that would have helped. Or even if the cards were weighted the same as the other stuff within each tier, any of that would have helped, because it'd be unlikely that the same person would be there at the end hitting every single one. So I wish they would maybe distribute the resources out differently too. I don't know. It's hard to say. the vaults in general, like the Cena, getting Cena for the whole faction, it's hard to argue against that kind of end, right? Like all of us got an awesome card, and each person probably could average spending like $25 to $30, and you get an amazing card in Cena. So that's really cool as far as a spend event goes. And the fact that they tied that to the vault and there were tier up levels is good. I think I'd like to see them just go all to the rewards distributed evenly to everyone. So just make all the rewards tier up rewards, right? Don't include the bigger cards, and then just have the final thing. And then everyone would really work together to max them, and you'd have less hoarding, less people, spending a bunch and then being mad when they didn't get the card, etc.
I have two things to say about this vault. Number one, if you are planning to sit on your tokens, you're accepting the risk that you might not get to spend them, and you have no reason to be upset if you don't get to spend them because you were doing the same thing everybody else was.
Yep.
And you knew that ahead of time.
Yep. I agreed 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the vault bring out the most bitterness in factions because of the way that they're designed. It is what it is, and we all knew it going in that there was going to be a cluster at the end, especially when you start seeing all the cards still there, even the very first tier at the very last tier when it was open. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be bad.
I think you need to change the top amount how you can pull. So you said it was 35.
Yeah.
Well, so to me, you should drop that to like 15 or 10.
Nah, I think honestly, in order to make it fair, either like Merrick said, make the tiers equal out the tiers in what's there, so that when you open the next tier, everything's empty, right? So somebody's going to get everything, or the big prize in that tier. And the other thing is make it to where you can only pull one at a time.
No, but it's just for the sheer fact. It's like say, if you're not on at the start, right? Because I logged on after 50 minutes, then. When I actually went and looked at the vault, because I was wondering what all the stuff was coming through as, there was still 2 tiers left of the vault. So I thought, all right, okay, I'll go and do a pull. I'd done a pull. By the time I finished my pull and went back to the vault, my vault was empty. So doing 35 pulls is clearly too high if they're giving it 50 coins in one pull. That's what I mean. It's like they either need to recalibrate the pulls you can do or the pull drop rate. You need to recalibrate one of them, because doing that much that in like literally by the time I've opened the pack and I've seen the animation open, now I only done, I think it was the middle pack, so I bought the 2 bottom ones that I normally do, so I think it works out about 17 or 16 pulls in total, and I've ended up with 8 coins, and in the space of buying the pack, opening it all, and then coming back to the vault, it was empty. And the one thing I don't like is that you can't sort of help a different faction to give them new coins. Now, granted, we shouldn't be allowed to get what's in their vault, but I do think we should be allowed to sort of use our coins just to open a tier for someone else. Not so much empty the vault for them, but just open a tier. So, like, you basically just, everything that's in there, and say, like, for example, they need 8 coins to open the next level, but you can use your 8 coins, but you don't get none of the rewards for it. I think that would be quite ideal as well. So then, like, for factions that have got multiple factions, you could sort of help them a little bit as well, just to sort of help them level up, but not reap any rewards because your vault is technically full. Because a lot of people was on, obviously, Facebook asking anyone with vault coins want to help a lower faction.
Yeah, it didn't work.
No. Yeah, I know it doesn't work once it's empty. So I think once it's empty...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to do anything with it empty, man. It has to do with the fact of what faction you started in. You're tied to that faction's vault. That's it.
Yeah. As soon as you do one pull, you're tied to that vault. That vault sinks in, like or when the vault is live in the faction. Either way.
That's
like the last time with the Hall of Fame vault, we actually knew they're coming, and we did a count of everybody's coins and actually made factions for people, or put them in different factions so that everybody could have a shot prior to the vault coming on. That's the only way you...
See, that's one thing about Credit Booty. They sort of plan ahead for things like that, whereas Grim won't.
Whatever, man. This has nothing to do with Grim or Booty or anything.
I just hate
moving on. Moving on from vault, because I think they actually did take some feedback in this current vault, because how many vault coins does everybody have so far?
None.
Exactly.
200.
Exactly. Exactly. I have half of a vault coin. One half. 500.
Did anybody else notice that there's tier up rewards in this vault?
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
decent?
There's 400 Orton shards at the end.
Oh, that's pretty chunky.
Oof.
That's pretty damn chunky. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Yeah. If the faction maxes the vault, everybody gets 400 Orton shards.
so let's talk
That's
about this,
huge.
right? This month is pretty different. We've been dealing with weekly stuff in monthlies for a while, but
Yep.
they've kind of returned everything to the monthly side. So there's no more weekly faction contest. There's a monthly faction contest. There's no more daily tour nodes for Lacey or the free card, but now they have a month-long blitz, which you can do on a daily basis, or you can do more than once a day, whatever you want, with your free card. And that comes with like its own $20 subscription for the monthly, which gives solo points, faction points, and blitz tickets. And then on top of that, going back to the monthly, the tours which have contest superstars that were only for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, those have gone back to a month-long duration.
I'm happy about
I was
all
going to
of
say,
those changes.
how's everybody thinking about that?
I mean, it's good in the fact that it doesn't screw like trying to manage points and stuff. But the thing that you're missing out on a lot of 5-star gold tokens, to be honest, because there was like what 3 in every one of the weeklies.
Yeah,
Now it's just 3 in the monthly.
I see. That's the thing. I'm not really concerned about the 5-star gold tokens right now, at least in my game. I'm concerned about all the coin and all the TP it's going to take any character up to 4-star gold max in order to take them 5-star. I'm sure more people, whether they want to admit it or not, have more 5-star gold tokens than cards they can take up to 5-star. That's just the part that we've reached now. So it's just it's like I need the coin and TP. I don't have 300 million coin to take up 10 5-stars if I want to. I don't have 30,000 TP that I'm sitting on if I want to take up 5-stars, 10 5-stars if I want to. It's just like that doesn't exist just around the corner. That doesn't exist like in the monthly. The tokens do, but that's where at least where I reach. So I personally I've never given a shit about the tokens. I maybe I'm biased in that case, but ever since they've always come out with a new tier, a new rarity, a new this, a new that, even in 4-star bronze, that I've never given a shit about the tokens that are required to take up the cards, because all I'm thinking about in the back of my head is I'm not going to pay for them. I'm never going to pay for these things, because they're always going to end up in my account one way or another. If I do feud, if I do showdown, if I do event A, B, C, X, Y, Z, it's gonna land in my lap eventually, and that's what's always happened. It just always has.
Yeah, I've got 13 or 14 5-stars, and I've still got enough tokens to take up a further a further 9 or 10, and I'm now hoarding 5-star token bags.
Right, that's
So
the point.
It's like
For somebody like you who doesn't ever hoard bags, who hates red numbers, that concept to me is mind blowing. You're like, this is so useless that I could take up another 10 of them, but I don't have the 300 million coin it takes to take up 10 of them. There's no point in me opening up more token bags. I'm gonna just sit on them.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
My lowest,
Well, and then
my
the
lowest
coin
token
is
for the taking up someone to 5-star is 7, and my highest is 15, as well as already having like 13 or 14 5-stars. It's just pathetic. I seem to keep getting striker tokens left, right, and centre. I've got 3 strikers already at 5-star, and I can take a further 3 more up. I just don't have the coins for HBK, Zombie Triple H, and obviously Orton when I get Orton. I just don't have the coins or the TP for them. And I've also just got Ted DiBiase as well, so it's like, it's just pathetic how much coins you need. And you don't give enough coins away.
Nope.
What, 300,000 coins when you need to do, not even, it doesn't even do a level on a 4-star.
Nope.
It's going to take me a month just to get a 4-star bronze to 4-star fucking silver. What's the point? It's stupid. The TP doesn't even add up to what you need as well. And they just don't drop enough tours down. You know, when was the last time? When did the Royal Rumble tour drop? You know, they need to do another tour. They need to do another road. In my eyes, they need to do like a whole new 5-6 tours, just so you've actually got something to do on the game, because the game gets boring and stale.
That's where the stipulation tours are coming out, though.
Yeah, what did you say to you, Bob?
I was saying that's where the stipulation tours come out.
Yeah, but it gets boring.
Yeah.
It's like, let's be honest, how many people actually play the game daily nowadays? Not many. I do auto clears.
I do.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
Demon does.
Really, I'm doing something wrong then, because I this game get out of me.
Do you not farm?
Yeah.
I like being able to one-turn farm while I'm watching TV, so I'm collecting coins and TP and
Same.
low-end tokens without having to pay attention to the game, because I can just sit there and do that, and I can pay attention to other things that I'm doing, and it helps me stay where I'm at.
I mean, I don't believe in farming. It's like
It exists.
Yeah.
Amen.
I don't believe in farming.
I don't believe in it either.
Vin, don't even try. Don't even try.
That
this.
is a religion I'm
Vin,
all in on.
Vin, I'm gonna bring this up because Broken isn't here. Before we closed TNM down the first time, do you remember what you told me when we were less than less than 100,000 points out from second place in feud? And do you know what you told me for an hour for the first fucking feud? Do you remember by any chance, Mister? I don't believe in farming. Why don't you tell everybody else?
So basically, I found a hot spot for TP for once. I started farming, and then I got moaned at for farming because we didn't come second because of
this guy sends me a message about half an hour to an hour before feud starts, and he goes, Tubob, I'm not gonna stop feud. I found me a hot TP server. I'm like, what do you mean you found yourself a hot TP server? And he's like, yeah, it's kicking out TP every time I win. I'm gonna farm. I'm like, you're kidding, right? And I didn't hear back from him. And I was like, okay, clearly he's kidding. Everybody goes to feud. Vin scores a 0 for like the first 2 hours or so. It was ridiculous. It was 2.5 hours or so. It was ridiculous. Yeah. He comes back, hops on voice, is like, I was watching some football and this, that, and the other, and I found the hot TP server. Long story short, get to the very end of the feud. We're in third place, and we are in third place by 100,000 points. So if Vin would have just got his ass up, maybe like half an hour before, and got one more brawl in, we could have got second place.
We could have. But at the time,
Vin found himself a hot TP server, Mister. I don't believe in farming.
But realistically, I don't believe in farming. And then because farming pisses me off. There's nothing worse than farming for fucking hours on end. And remember, Bob, 177, right? I was farming for green TP, and I never got green TP. I got coins.
Yes.
In the space of an hour, I gained 1 million coins farming TP.
Yes.
I got no TP. I was even jotting down what I was getting, and people couldn't believe of what was literally dropping in that node. So then, when it comes up to feuding, and I found a TP spot, I was like, well, I ain't leaving this TP spot. I don't really care. I was like, and I even told him, I was like, listen, I'm being straight with you. I found a TP spot. Everyone was in voice going, you've got to be taking, and this was when feuding wasn't the little shit points that it was at now. So basically,
this is old feud.
Yeah, this is old scores where I could literally hit 20 million, 30 million in literally a few hours. This was old school and we was only 100k behind. So literally, all I had to do was do 3 out of 1 brawl, which would have put me literally 7 minutes. Instead, I farmed for 2.5 hours longer than I wanted to because the TP was dropping every match. I was getting 5 TP every match, and I was like, "Fuck you, T-Bob. I want to level up a superstar and take you." And it was like, you're messing. There's no way you're not going to feud. And he was at the time, he was Stark, Broken, and T-Bob all in voice together, and everyone was like, "Vin, your score's still on 0." I was like, "Cause I'm farming." And he was like, no, get feuding. I went, no, I'll keep farming. I'm earning more coins and more TP than I'm going to get from finishing third. So what's the issue? And then when we were 100k off, we were like, that's the issue.
Can I just chime in and say one thing real quick? To Bob, your impersonation of him
is awful.
Is fantastic. I could listen to that all day. Sexy to Bob with a fake English accent. I am
awful.
all in. I am all in. Chat, what do you think? Are you guys all in with that?
It's awful.
No, you're wrong.
Nope.
That was a good impression.
Oh god, terrible. Oh, so what? I don't even remember what the monthly over weekly. Who else has opinions on this? Because I love it. I love the fact that we're back on the monthly.
I don't love that I paid $19.99 for those extra tickets and points and stuff.
Yeah, that I don't like that it was such a good deal that we had to.
Right? It's a really good deal. And I don't like that I did it. I feel like I'm going to get good return and good value, but I don't like that I did it. Does that count?
Yeah.
But otherwise, I like it. I like it. Everything, pretty much.
I like it being back to month long. I like having the month to be able to try to get the bonus points. I don't like the fact that it does encourage people to wait till the end to go get points.
Yeah, that I can understand. I can agree with that.
But that $20 Lacey deal, Demon and I sat and talked about that for quite a while, and we did not buy it. And I'm like, well, I want to do it, but I think I only want to do it because it's $20 and it's going to give us something every day, but I don't necessarily, because it's a 5-week event, I don't necessarily know that we're going to need it.
You may not, and that's a totally fair assessment. My flip side thought of it was, this is kind of like access to the daily tour. That's how I thought of it. I thought of it twofold. I thought of it, there's no more daily tour with the free character like Road Dogg or anything else. It's now the Blitz. And instead of doing the monthly tours when they come out, which sometimes they give us they sometimes give us tickets, sometimes don't. The flip side, in my opinion, was twofold. This gives me access to the quote-unquote new daily tour. And the second part was, because I know I'm almost always short on the solo contest side, regardless if it's a 4-week or a 5-week event, I figured to myself, I'll do that, as well as getting the faction points for the contest. That was my outlook.
I also didn't want to encourage the behavior out of Scopely.
That's a different story, because they will continue doing this.
So, for me, I really want to be able to max the MLC and the Orton shard. If I miss on one, the MLC can back me up on missing on the shards, right? So for me, it's more I do this for a cushion for the MLC because it's been difficult to complete. And like Bob, you dropped for that big one to complete to get Trish, and I don't want to have to drop for a big one. So the things I've been doing for the monthly is the step up offer. That's $1.99 that comes with 3,000 MLC points. Last month I paid the $2 each time to get that, and that is exactly what I maxed the MLC by. I had like 11,000 points to spare. So if I had missed on one of those like one of those showdown requirements, or if I'd missed on any of those, that $2 would have made up for it. And this is what I'm looking at for this too. I think it's like 12,000 points. So it's just a cushion for the MLC for me. And that's why I'm doing it. I don't really want to necessarily, but it gives me better peace of mind. And because at the end, I'm not one of those people that generally spends in huge chunks. I have a budget and I stick to it hard. So this is my way of hopefully saving money at the end of the month, but also causing me not to worry as much about the MLC.
Last month was the first month that I had trouble maxing. I like I said, I had to spend on turnbuckles to actually get there, but it seemed like the entire month was just calibrated bad. So part of what weighed into it on it for us was that this was a 5-week event.
Yeah.
No, that's smart. You could end up like coming ahead on it too, so like or being completely right on it, and it wasn't necessary. Also, it does give me a shot at some Lacey shards, which I'm sure they're weighted super low. But hey, we'll see what happens.
I kind of did it for the same reason the cable did. I did it as a failsafe. I did it as hopefully it's a cushion to my monthly score, and potentially a failsafe if I can't get the shards. I think it was overall it's different because it's blitzes instead of tours, but I'm kind of digging it.
I've always said if you can guarantee yourself to get a character for £100 or less, it's worth doing. As silly as it sounds, £100 might be a lot of money to people, but if you're only, for example, 20k short and you can guarantee 20,000 points to get Trish Stratus for £100, it's worth doing. Someone that's a top tier character, or someone that you've been chasing, or something along those lines of how you value characters into the game. If you can guarantee that person, whether it be through shards or through points or whatever, to get the month, I think it's worth it, because let's be honest, when you chase characters, unless you're really lucky, that one person could cost you a fortune. So when T-Bob drops 100, getting the points to take him to the month long to max it, I agree with that stuff like that 100%. Being a little bit short on shards, like for example, when the Keith Lee thing dropped, I was 60 shards short of Keith Lee. It cost me 70 quid to get Keith Lee. Basically, that's how I looked at it. I've never done a pull for him, apart from when he first dropped. I done the middle band and the first band pull. I've never done 100 pull. I just done one quick 20-odd pound pull, and that was it. The rest of it, I just got shards through bags. Then when they offered Keith Lee shards in the store, I made sure I bought them to guarantee myself Keith Lee, which then generated more Keith Lee shards because I could then do his tours. So I think if it guarantees a character for £100 or less, I would always go for it in my eyes.
Damn, Bear, that looks yummy.
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry, I'm mesmerized by that cut. That looks like a phenomenal cut.
Anybody that is not aware of what we're talking about, Bear just posted a very, very yummy slab of meat in the live chat.
He posted his meat in the chat.
Yeah, he did.
That looks like a delicious chunk of meat you have there, Bear.
Man, this is on audio, not video. It's
Yeah, it
gonna
is.
come out way wrong.
That's okay. If you're a meatosaurus like me, you will appreciate this. Man, when is dinner? I am coming over.
Anybody else on the monthly side of things? Like I was saying, I love it, honestly. I love the fact that I can, especially like this first open tour, I'm enjoying the fact that it's Orton, and I don't necessarily have a great Orton right now. So if I end up getting Orton on the monthly, I can run it back and get the bonus points on the open tour with the monthly Orton. That's something I enjoy.
The 2-day thing. I think the 2-day thing, changing it is very good.
Ooh, also, we didn't call out the fact that you don't need the required guy on the side node in the first slot. That's pretty cool
No,
too.
he can tag on the other side. Let your big guy do the work. Same with the women tour too. You do the same thing. It was Beth Phoenix was the side node person. You could let her be in the second spot.
It's fucking.
And that's
awesome.
for the Orton shard bags too. So that's kind of big.
I personally, when it comes to the changes they've made on the tour side of this month and this daily blitz thing, I enjoy this a lot more than the
Yeah.
prior
So
month.
for people who you don't have to be pressed to finish the tours right then and there to get the extra bonus points. They're there all month. So if you can't do them now, maybe you'll use your coin events or whatever to get guys up enough to be able to do them later.
And
If
fucking
that's what you're into.
Yeah, Macho Man elbow dropped those points at the last week and doom, right? Fucking shoot
Yep.
that faction score right on up. And that's
One
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
go ahead.
Oh no, that was it.
One
Yep.
thing I don't like is that they have gone back to putting the shards behind the special character. that Orton bag in the tour is only if you have the bonus character.
Yes.
I don't like that it's not a specific amount, that it's a variable amount. Like it's
Yeah.
always the stupid shard
Oh
bag.
yeah, I
And
hate
like
RNG.
I've gotten the what was it, 25 both bags. That, you know, that's probably what I'm gonna get the whole fucking time.
I'll be real with you guys. I don't know why, but I feel like because it's similar to like AJ was saying before, because it's a 5-week event, there's certain like gives and takes on it. I feel like on week 5 it's gonna just be, and again, a flood of shit for his shards. All the coin events instead of, also, I don't know if anyone's noticed this, the coin events throughout the month all give different amounts of shards.
Yeah, the last week was like 30, where it was like 5 in the first 2 weeks.
It's not just that. So not only do they give out different amounts of shards this week, of Sunday is like they give out 15 Orton shards, and then Monday goes to 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on. It gives out that many shards in each of the last 3 milestones.
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot
Yeah,
more
but
shards going out.
that's kind of jack though, because prior to that you would get it in the third to the last milestone, and then you would just stop.
right.
Now, I mean, it costs more now to get them. You're going to get more, but you're going to pay for it. And to be honest, you know, the coin economy the way it is, it's going to be tough.
It's not going to be easy. That is for
Coin
sure.
events can't come soon enough so I can spend this damn coin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know you want the turkey.
everybody
after-
has
You know what?
everybody has 400,000, 400 million coin just hanging out,
A quarter of that. I'm not saying that much.
If only, man. But anybody else on the changes from weekly to monthly, the daily things, for the daily blitzes, etc. Before we move on.
I can be lazy and wait till the end of the month. So my
Yeah.
300 or my 900 talent Keith Lee can be ready for his tour by the end of the month.
That's what I'm saying, man. End of the month, Macho Man Elbow drop them points. So, all right. Final thing before we just sit around and bullshit with the community before Showdown kicks off in about 20 or 25 minutes. AJ event. AJ, the card, the event tied to the Showdown. Also compared to Cena, since, we were talking about how good Cena is. What you guys have plans for the event? I know that they have DX China shards towards the end milestones. Are you going to get those? Are you planning to chase those? Do you need those? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, I'm like 300 shards away from China, so it doesn't matter to me. But you can't get past like the third to the last milestone without spending a crap ton of money anyway. So, and it's just not possible. So, again, it's another showdown event where you have to rely on the loot to get the damn character. Even max in the solo, which would cost you a crap ton, still won't get them for you either. So it's just a crap model.
That's
in
because
my
of
opinion.
idiots that lowered the defenses. That's one thing that's always pissed me off with this community. You get people that bitch and moan they want people to drop the defenses the next day just so people can max the events. The whole point of doing what they've done is they've made it harder every time because too many people were getting too many characters. And it's not Scorpio's fault, it's everyone's who's done it. Everyone that contributed into lowering the defenses to making it easier to get people to get points because they haven't got said characters at a certain level and they've only got shitty certain like 2 stars and stuff like that because they've not wanted to work on them. It's people like that have spoilt this game because it's made it harder for people. Unless you are prepared to spend an absolute fortune to get that last milestone, it's physically impossible unless you are prepared to spend. Whereas last time, you just need to have majority of the characters. Now you can have every single character and still be 2 million points off or 1.7 million points off.
Let me be devil's advocate there because there's not even the card in the milestone, so it's like it's a waste of.
Exactly, that's the whole point. They're taking it away from people, so they've took the card out and they've made it harder because people like when Zombie Page dropped, everyone pretty much got Zombie Page that done the showdown because everyone just dropped the characters, everyone dropped the defense. And then
but that was really the last one that everybody did.
Drew McIntyre. They've done the same thing for Drew McIntyre. It got a little bit harder, but they sort of made it a little bit obtainable, and you still could get a 2-star version of the card. Then he done it again for 1 month after Drew McIntyre. Then he took away the card. Then the month after that, then he made it a little bit harder. The month after that, he made it a little bit harder, to a point where now you can have every character and you still can't max it unless you spend at least £200.
But I mean, I was okay with that, to be bluntly honest, because you still had the faction and the solo events for the coins, right? It was like 7 million, 6.5 million
Yep.
coin every showdown, right? So I was fine with not getting the card, just to be able to get those resources. And now it's not even that. You know, is there even 4 million in the events total?
If
this
you
time?
if you max it, but you're not gonna max it
Yeah,
unless you
I mean,
spend a lot.
like I think there's like 2 million tucked behind the paywall behind $700 worth of pulls.
The really frustrating thing is, unless you do a bunch of pulls, you can't even get to the last 2 milestones, and 175 of those 200 China shards are in the last 2 milestones. But I would
Yeah, I
argue
mean
the reason.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I would argue the reason we have this is not because of lowering defenses. The reason Showdown got changed to be much harder is lowering defenses, in my opinion. The reason we have this is because people continue to pay to max the event, even when it's not a guaranteed card.
Yeah, I mean that's really all it is. I mean, you're paying for a chance, you know, and whatever. At least this time, it's very blatantly obvious that AJ is trash and not very good, and the gear for the other AJ doesn't make him very much better than he is, because they're stupid and they don't know how to make it right to make it enticable. So it's not even an enticable thing to go chase, to be honest. It's just pushing buttons to push buttons. I'll do my part because I'll always do my part, but I'm not going to spend any money for a subpar tier guy to be 1 step up the rung of the same subpar tier, with, you know, said gears, and then another tech that's not good, minus the big red MP nerf or red gem damage nerf. Other than that, the guy's fucking trash.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Sam?
I think I'm just going to use it as a SD coin builder, to be honest, because like previously stated, the card's not good. You can't get decent rewards without doing what's been previously said. Just do your faction stuff. Make sure you get your stuff for your faction. Build your SD coins up and move on.
Yeah, not every event is always maxable. And you look at this one, and it's one that it shows not maxable to me. So my max is going to be the 3rd to the last milestone, and when I hit that, I'll have maxed the event for me. I often, like, when you're in this mindset of I need to get every card, I need to max every event, the game becomes less fun, because that's not always obtainable. It's not always doable, you know. So for me, what I do is I want to get my max every event. So an event comes up, I look at, okay, this is what I think I can hit. This is what I'm going to make my personal max of this event. And then that's what I pursue. That's what I chase. Try and grab everything for free that I can, because even if it's 10 shards, I want those 10 free shards. I don't know when they're going to come in handy. So I will get everything I can for free. I will hit the milestones I can for free, and then I'll assess and see if it's worth it for me to pay to go to the next one. And that would depend on what I get from it. And that's how I pursue all the events. I set my max with a realistic expectation. I enjoy what I can get, and then I decide if it's worth spending anything after that. And since I've went with that mindset, I enjoy the game a lot more, and games should be fun. So that's my goal.
Yeah, I've sort of come to that same mentality as well now. I used to spend, like, when people, like, new characters are coming out, I used to spend, like, you know, £300 to £600 every time going for the pull for the character and never getting it, to a point where I just got fed up. So over the last few months, I've thought to myself, I'm going to stop pulling when the victory, or it's not so much the victory tours, but when the tours drop off, like say when Socko dropped and they had so many shards of him in each bag, and you know you had to get so many. So all I'm doing now is basically doing the tours, getting as many shards as I can, and then just being so many shards short. Like, I'm 30 shards short for Acro Undertaker. I'm like 20 summit shards short for another 2K superstar. I can't remember which one it was. I am like 70 shards short from like Eddie. I'm 100 shards short on Socko. Like 40 shards short on Mr. T. So now I'm just sort of waiting for them to actually become available in shard bags instead of pulling for like certain characters, because I've just got to a point where I'm sick of spending on the game to get nothing. Whereas if I can guarantee by spending £100 getting so many shards, I will. Outside of that, I ain't doing pulls no more. I don't mind doing like a 20 pull for like, just to get faction points and stuff, but other than that, I ain't gonna drop like no £200-400 anymore on the game. No, it's just not each week anyway. It gets ridiculous.
I mean, it really is just a little bit over the top. You know, it's been this way for months.
I could say for sure that when an event comes out and everything goes through, and for some of us, the greatest part of the event is the health packs they put in the first node of the one tour.
Right.
I mean, the card's mediocre, the gear's mediocre. I mean, everything about this event is mediocre, and that's not a bad thing, because I can't recall the last time we had a fully mediocre anything. I feel like everything's been blown up and always have a ton of time to do. Always something to push for. This is definitely going to be those take what you can out of this one, run away. There's not much to come back on. I'll take the showdown coins like I always do, because that's my my busy man's farming. I sit there and I run the refresh and coin and star fills. Some of you have seen my star fill levels, and they're like pretty absurd. I could do a couple 5 stars like 2 or 3 times over. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to this event. It's pretty lackluster, but that's a good thing.
I do want to do a slight call out for people that don't have DX China. If you look at the loot, it's a 9.37% chance for the tier that has her shards, as well as the new AJ shards. And those are the only 2 shards in there. And from what I can see, it looks like what I've seen so far, China does drop the majority of the time from those shards. So if you were someone, like if I was 50 China shards away, I would probably do some pulls at that loot, because I know it would guarantee me China. Because 1 out of 10 coins is shards, and it looks like a better than 50% chance you're going to hit the China shards. So then I might pull. Not that I'm saying to pull, but that is good to be aware of if you're close to China. That this might be a decent time, because that's 10% tier, and there's only those 2 things in there. So there's that, just in case anyone did want her.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately going to be doing that.
I managed to pull her last month in the 20 pull when I was with someone else. So I was quite surprised. I was only like 60 shards short from her, and then I ended up pulling her at 4-star bronze. So I was actually quite happy, because apparently isn't she at 3-star variant? You need the fucking stupid China heads again.
No, that was a glitch for that time.
All right, I thought I read someone that was like they pulled them at 3-star, and it was like they need the China heads to evolve.
That was a glitch at that point in time, and they had to fix it.
Right. Because obviously I never actually seen that myself, so I just thought that's a joke if you've got.
No. That was actually a thing at one point. That it wasn't like Photoshop or anything. That's how it actually came out. But yeah, it was a glitch.
All right, okay.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna end up spending a little bit to get her. It'll suck.
But at least you know you can get her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a better than great chance to get her at this point in time.
You'll pull the new AJ and
just for you, Bob. Just for you, Bob. I did 111 pull. I got 20 China. I got 20 China shards, and I got 70 AJ shards.
That's not the direction I want this to go in.
I'm just telling you, that was my luck. So I just stopped right there. I said, "All right, that's enough. I'm done."
Right,
I've 22
I'll do an 11 pull for you too, Bob.
Everyone's gonna start doing pulls for me. That's great.
Danny might do some for you.
Oh god.
Yeah. For somebody who doesn't need copy.
Yeah, he doesn't need anything. Anybody else on the AJ event or where he compares up to Cena, I guess? Otherwise, we can just kick back with the community for a little bit before Showdown kicks off.
No, I think Y2J is better than AJ.
Jeez.
For real, man.
I
I
AJ. And that is actually not being taken the piss. Stardust at 5-star is actually pretty fun still.
Yeah, Stardust is the boss at 5-star, I bet.
Yeah, well, he's actually been unnerfed.
Yeah, all the nerfed guys previously are unnerfed at 5-star.
No
So
longer nerf. Yes.
Volkov gets his health back. Callisto gets his damage back. I wonder, has anyone tried Callisto at 5-star? I wonder how he is now.
Probably still.
I bet he's
Callisto.
pretty good. Definitely a recycling machine.
Well,
I would love AJ just for his trainer. I am a big fan of the dual MP trainers. I find myself using them often.
yeah.
Well, that one would be great for Big E and for HBK.
And yep, and also Breeze when you want to run his beauty shot turn 1 too.
Yeah.
So,
See, Bob, in my 11 pull, I got 38 shards of AJ.
and how many of China?
None.
Oof.
See? There you go. I'm telling you, don't do it, Bob. Just save it. It's not worth it.
How
So
many
you're
are
saying
you?
there's a chance.
How many short are you two, Bob?
What, like 80?
See, I'm
Because-
290 short, so I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I think I'm like 80
I'm-
short.
I'm 155 short. See if you get the milestone that's got 25 shards, the third milestone from the end, because that'll get you even closer.
Yeah, but we said that we can't get that without spending anyway, right?
No, the
No,
third
you
one
can
you
get to
can.
that one.
I'm confused by we can't get the last 3 milestones without spending. When I did the math, I literally need just a smidge of talent to get the next to last milestone.
Yeah, that's where I tap out as well, because I'm only missing 2 people. I only can't.
I'm missing 3 people, but the 9.1 million is attainable for me without spending at all.
It has some variables. So the thing I put in the chat is without the tours and then without the daily blog. So if you can do a lot of the stuff and you can do a lot of the tours, then you should have a shot at that. So at the second to last, you're not the last milestone, but the second to
Right.
last. Yeah. So you could pick up 100 shards, which I'm waiting to see if I get there. If I get there, then that puts me 55 China shards away. It's going to be really hard not to do a few pulls.
I think I'm going to end up at like 8.4 or 8.5 million is what I projected for what I have. That's with all the stuff that's there that I've already gotten. So, I mean, I could probably do some talent up, but
I'm going to dump some.
Mine's at 8.8 million is what I'm projecting for mine. And my 5K AJ was only able to get the bonus points from normal and hard. He couldn't touch hell for the bonus points there. So
4-star silver AJ cleared the first node of hell, and I haven't tried the second node yet, but I can actually no, I did. But I tried Hogan and that shit did not work. So I said, okay, whatever.
Yeah, HBK decided to start using his moves in the hell nodes. So.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
hurts.
So in hell, my AJ is 5600, and I managed to get through all of hell apart from obviously HBK because he hit you too fast, too hard, and I had to do 1 rebuy on the first 2, and Hogan cost me 3 rebuys. I did, however, have to use a couple of props on Hogan. Otherwise, I should have done 1 prop. It would have saved me 1 rebuy. But I didn't think he was going to get a wild card cascade from out of fucking nowhere.
Every time, man.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's just with my AJ, I basically I went with Stinger, Bailey, and I think Christian just to sort of try and I didn't see the point in trying to end it turn 1 because he just wasn't capable of doing it. So my AJ, I will just find out the third.
Nah, I just used the same build I always use with the sub, and does really well until you can't get the sub filled again because I haven't bought Tor perks yet.
I didn't go with sub firm. I went for purple, blue.
Yeah,
And I had Stinger, Sasha Banks as a coach, and then I had Christian, and basically my finisher was doing around 140k because obviously I was putting 10 color turn gems out. So
you can always go back and get that when the faction gets the Santa gear, and you get the other gears in the second to last milestone, right?
Yeah, I don't think I can beat HBK though. That's the only downside. HBK having those 2 1MP moves, he's just doing too much damage too fast. So yeah, my styles class is 8,194 damage plus 9,218 damage for every color turn, and I'm putting out 10. So basically, straight away, I've got a 100k finisher. Then with me 2 moves, I'm doing 130k.
Go watch Merrick's 4-star gold AJ video that he did with the gear. Run that setup, you'll beat it. That's how I beat it.
Mine's only level 70, 3-star gold. No chance
still
of beating
do it.
that HBK. You can't, because he's literally doing multi-gems out straight away, and then he's destroying the multi-gems. He's pinning me too fast. There's no way of doing it. The health's not big enough.
Did you put the multi-gem down coach on for you too?
3 gold. No, I didn't. But even so, at 2s, I think it's. I'll try it with the multi-gem. No, I can't do it, can I? Because I've got Sasha Banks on there.
Well, you'd lose a little bit of. Yeah, you'd lose a little bit of damage, like 15% color turn, but you'd gain a lot of defense with the multi-gem.
Yep.
I'll have a quick look at it and see what it does.
That might help you. Yeah, HBK, like, he is, if he's going to use his move rights, that guy's lightning fast and a decent amount of damage too.
Well, I think we'll call it here for all the pretty much the formal topics. We'll kick it with the community for a little bit till Showdown kicks off in about 5 minutes or so. So thank you guys for all coming out on Roundtable 16. It's been a big one, and hopefully we can have some more fun with these in the near future. Shout out to Cable for showing up. Appreciate that. Vin, appreciate you coming in as well. Thank you guys for coming in. I know that we talked like today about it. It was going to be late, but thank you for everybody that came out. Sam, Flo, AJ, Ben, and everybody else that's listening and chilling in the live chat.